going through the process with Yana and our team of formalizing that is interesting because many times it was reactive. And as we have learned these lessons over time, we can help people be more proactive.
That's right. Using foresight instead of hindsight. I went from working on the trunk of my car, driving from client to client, to having an office, to having a staff in an office, and it's been a wonderful, rewarding career.
Building those relationships has always been a key of our business, no matter what stage it was in. That was, I think, something that has always helped us differentiate.
Hello and welcome to the Relax, It's Retirement podcast with your host, Josh Leonard, where we talk about transitioning into retirement with intent. I'm Wendy McConnell. Well, hey, Josh, how are you?
Good. How are you today, Wendy?
I'm good. I see you have a guest. This is somebody we haven't seen nor heard from in like forever.
We brought him back. My dad, Bill Leonard, came back on the show today. We're kind of celebrating a milestone today, Wendy.
We are? What's happening,
We are.
Josh?
100, episode 100. So,
Wow, that is impressive.
I think that's it. When we hit milestones, it's always a good time to reflect back. And my dad was kind enough to join on some of the early episodes. And, as many listeners know, he, started the origins of what's now Leonard Advisory Group. So why not, start at the foundation if you're going to reminisce on things of past.
All right, that sounds good. I am so excited. So we're going to reflect. Is that what you said? We're reflecting today?
And reminiscing, right? As one does once they get to 100, right?
Okay. All right.
Well, Dad, welcome back on the show. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good. Yeah, he's in town here in Pittsburgh. So in our Pittsburgh office tonight we have our Narcissi Winery client event, which is a big party for us every year. Great way to celebrate our clients as well.
That's right. And the clients get to socialize and mingle and spend quality time with us. It's a good time.
Once again, I'm not invited, but that's okay.
I will drop you an invitation, but we try to be cost conscious, and I'm not sure that you would drive to Pittsburgh.
And I'm not worth it.
I'm not sure that you would drive to Pittsburgh.
You can't fund a flight for me?
I don't know. At 200 episodes here, Wendy.
Okay, that is a deal. All right, so what are we going to be focusing on?
Yeah, today I think we're going to start off by reflecting on the start of Leonard Advisory Group. So, my dad, kind of was in a different career initially, right, Dad?
That's right. I was in the architectural career, and I had to do the academy. Got displaced from the workforce, so to speak, and got laid off. And at that time, I had a young family and was naturally very concerned of how do I provide. And I fortunately had a severance package, so I had time to reflect on where I was going and what kind of ideal career I want. So I hired a career counselor, and he led me to this practice of insurance business and investment business. And I started out with selling one product only, and that lasted 6 months, realizing that people needed a lot more, and I got additional licensing, and it just kind of evolved from there. So I went from working on the trunk of my car, driving from client to client, to having an office, to having a staff in an office, and it's been a wonderful, rewarding career.
So you've done all the hard stuff, and now Josh is reaping all the rewards and benefits.
Well, he did the hard stuff, too.
Okay, I licked those envelopes.
Thanks. Yeah,
I know about the envelopes.
Him and his brother, I had them in the basement licking envelopes because I used to send out like 500 flyers a week, and they'd be, tongue would be pasted to the top of their mouths by the end of the week. And
that's true. I think my first promotion, Wendy, was getting one of those little sponges that you could seal envelopes, because if you've ever licked like a lot of envelopes, it's not a good deal. And the ones with the pre-sticky things are substantially more expensive.
Yeah, we went high tech at that point.
Oh, okay. Well, the sponge is in between, the lick and the high tech, sticky thing.
Yeah. And I think, Dad, when you started in the business, the long-term care was sort of a need and an entry point for you. But I think there were some needs in the family that created some more thoughts there as well.
Well, the family was challenged. My dad was, his health was failing. He wanted me to make sure my mother was taken care of. I'm one of 6 kids, and I don't know why he chose me, but in any event, it kind of motivated me to learn more and more about the planning aspect, the legal aspects, just an overall encompassing financial planning menu type thing, and I just dove into it. And I was intrigued of gaining the knowledge and then applying it, and I shared it with people and helped clients all the way, and it's really been a good thing. And my mother, unfortunately, I lost her in the last year, but she lived to the age of 95.
Wow.
Lived very comfortably, and I realized the goals that my dad set out for me. So,
Well done.
Yeah, I think there was, I know one of the big concerns early on and throughout Grandma's retirement was having enough, right? And that's a common concern that we always hear is, do I have enough to retire, stay retired? And, in our family, you're one of 6 kids, right?
Well, that's right. And some of them need more help than others. I have a special needs sister and a couple of brothers that have needed help in the past. And I had arranged the financial plan so I can guarantee Mom could not run out of income.
Okay.
The savings was kind of took a back seat, so to speak, or I had to ensure that she had enough income to live comfortably throughout her life, including later in life when she needed help. And she needed help for a while. She needed help at home for a couple years, and then graduating into a facility, and spent a couple years in a facility. And that stuff gets very expensive. And fortunately, I gained the foresight to ensure that she couldn't run out of money. So,
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We talk about it a lot. We talk about Grandma a lot at workshops and reflect on it. And I think one of the first questions I asked you is, well, did Grandma have anything left at the end? And she did. She had enough to get through and live the retirement that she intended to. I mean, she was able to see, when you have 6 siblings, right, they spread out throughout the country. So whether it's seeing my aunt in the New Hampshire area, or my uncle that lived in Richmond for a while, and we were in Pittsburgh through at least most of my childhood, and being able to stay connected with family and be there for them, was always important to her. And we see that in a lot of our clients. Whenever I talk about Grandma at workshops or with clients, it's a lot of the core of what the people we work with, right?
that's it. And I think if you can eliminate the worries about the financial aspects of life and concentrate on spending quality time with family, it's a much better situation.
Yeah, I think there's always enough to worry about in life to take something off the plate, or at least know that there's a structure in place that you can lean back on in those challenging times. Always helps.
Certainly.
The evolution of the business too. I mean, since I joined, I joke with Eric all the time. He's our boomerang employee, right? He started before me, left, and has come back now, and I have more tenure than him now, but he took a little sabbatical there in between.
Yeah, got to start over again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we remind him with the tiering of vacation. That, he just,
okay.
No, he gets plenty of time off. But I think that evolution, and I think even when Eric came back, there's a lot of clients that we've worked with for many years that are excited to see Eric come back, and
It's like a big family.
And we learn those lessons just like you learned with Grandma and trying to set her up and see that through at this point. We learn those lessons with clients every day too, to be able to evolve and hopefully serve them better and help them reach their goals in retirement.
Sure.
And it's kind of the coolest job because we get to see that that full structure. I mean, I know there's clients that have talked with us for years. Oh, once I retire, I want to have a house in Florida, or I want to, go to warmer weather, visit the grandkids that live in California, whatever it might be.
Well, that's it. We've watched our families evolve. Certainly, we have clients I've been in the business long enough. They saw Josh as a little boy and watched him grow and go through all the challenges of growing up and coming into the business and learning the business. And I'm been very blessed that he took that road.
Yeah, it's I think it's really cool to see that evolution. We had one long-term client, one of your very early clients, come in last week, and she said, I just remember when it was me and Bill and her now deceased husband just sitting around, and it was just the three of us. And now, like, you have all these people. Molly brings me cookies while I'm sitting in a meeting. Like, that's awfully nice.
Yeah, she was one of my original trunk clients.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When I visited her house and sat at her kitchen table with her and her husband and developed a relationship from there, and it's been a very long time. And there again, they had kids, and we've watched them grow and go off to college and come out, and they're very successful.
One of their daughters, I don't know if I've shared this, just earned a full scholarship. So that's a cool milestone to see. And
so it continues.
Yeah,
so.
It's that evolution over time, and seeing, multi generations of a family reach their financial goals is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And even just the evolution of the business, like you starting out with the trunk of your car, you went to people's homes. I remember people coming to my home to talk to my parents about finances and stuff when I was young. And now, you don't do that anymore.
No, but oftentimes I share experiences with people I meet and work with now. I now retired, of course, and got bored being in retirement. So I work for the Ohio Department of Natural Resources cutting lawns currently. I think that's going to change. But I'm going to move on to something else.
That's a lot of physical labor there, Bill.
Well, see, that's the problem. Cutting lawns is great because the phone doesn't ring. It
does. You just can't hear it.
That's right. That's right. And they make earbuds now, so I can listen to what I want to. I think I want to do something else. I find helping people is very rewarding. And although, I really enjoy seeing young families come to the park and enjoy the scenery and enjoy that kind of stuff, that definitely has its rewards. But going face to face with people and interacting with them on a personal level is nice.
Yeah, I think building those relationships has always been a key of our business, no matter what stage it was in. That was, I think, something that has always helped us differentiate. Tonight, spending time with 140 of our families, of our people coming is always amazing. It's like a wedding sort of event where you try to say hi to everyone, spend as much time, but it's cool to see the impact. One of the evolutions that we've had as a company there is trying to raise money for charity as well. So we recently had Tom Baker on as well. And as of now, we don't have final numbers yet, but I think we've exceeded what we got last year for Variety, which was about $15,000. So
wow, congratulations.
That is really amazing to see. For us, we talk about our client community, but also the greater community of Pittsburgh. And at this point, I think from what you started, Dad, to kind of where we're at now, we've helped hundreds of families retire. So also being able to help, in this case, families with kids with disabilities that are still trying to just get to that point where you can save $1 or $2, and care for your family is an important step.
Sure. And it's a reciprocating thing. In other words, we've learned from our clients as well. And that's been very good. But these kids that we helped last year, to help a kid be a little more mobile in life and move around and experience things other kids are experiencing it's a nice feeling, and they're again adaptive equipment so they can interact either online or physically. It's a good thing, and to communicate with people and be able to interact with them. I mean, it's a wonderful thing that we're doing.
Yeah, and I and the boys were fortunate enough to get an invitation to join with them in the Labor Day parade here in Pittsburgh, and got to walk through in the big city parade, and that was cool for our kids. But
Cool, yeah.
when we were there, one of the families was one of the families that we had helped raise money to provide a bike to. So it was cool to kind of see them again and be able to
Right.
check in and see how it's making a difference in their lives as well. And Tom Baker does such a good job in the Pittsburgh area, not only being an advocate for the causes that he believes in, but he is connected in Pittsburgh and certainly knows, it seems like, everyone in Pittsburgh. So that impact in being able to reach out, not only help with the need, but being able to find the need is pretty amazing. And that's been a cool component that we've been able to add into our business to help give back to the community. We're always asking clients and people we're connected with what other causes are important to you or needs that you see in the community.
That's right.
As well.
Get people excited about helping others.
Yep, absolutely. I think being able to serve the community, make your community even a little bit better of a place is always mutually beneficial, right? We like seeing that impact in the community and helping evolve our community as well. So we talked about multi-generational client relationships. I think seeing those scholarships or seeing the third generation of families being able to purchase their first home or whatever the major milestone is pretty amazing to see. And then in the one case I'm thinking of, the grandpa reflecting back on me like, well, it seems like they're doing okay with their money, right? Because there's always the parent or the older generation always looks, do you really need, that? But to sort of get that check of satisfaction down the family line is pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
In thinking through the evolution of the business, I think there's a lot of things that we've done over the years to try to help families more. I can remember someone asking us in a meeting probably 10 plus years ago, like, I'm thinking about buying another car. Should I buy or lease? And for me at the time, it was, I don't know the answer, but I'm going to sit there and make a spreadsheet to try to figure out, hey, here's the pros and cons in each, and kind of present it back. And we've built out so many of those systems now that many of our clients just view us as like a financial partner, helping them in life. And
Right.
This year, we sort of solidified it into our TIPS planning system, True Intent Planning System, where, we're able to dig in with clients and try to pull that stuff out, right? Do you have going back to the car example, do you have a preference? It's not, can you afford a car or not, but what is the best way? If you like having a newer car, what's the best way to manage that cost in retirement? So what's the intention behind the dollars?
Sure.
And then helping them reach that, and kind of going through the process with Yana and our team of formalizing that is interesting, because many times it was reactive, and as we have learned these lessons over time, we can help people be more proactive in
That's
the planning.
right. Using foresight instead of hindsight.
Yeah. So it's been really cool. We've, a couple clients in our State of the Union, our start of the year client event. We talked about how we have our new TIPS planning portal where clients can log in and sort of access all their information too. And seeing the launch of that's been pretty cool. Due to the age of some of our clients, they're not all that tech forward, but having access to all their information, and then also knowing if they need care later on and the kids need to step in, there's a sort of one-stop shop where you can access a lot of that information. Certainly makes it easier. I know for you, helping care for your mom and for mom with her mom, it can be a full-time job.
Sure. And it's interesting that you had brought that up, because I can reflect back on meetings where we've had entire families in the conference room talking about the issues, answering questions, getting everybody on the same page. So it's more of a team effort from the family, and everybody wants to participate. I mean, I know in my family, being one of 6 kids, when I was asked to be, power of attorney and now executor, some of the siblings felt left out and hurt that they weren't asked. And I think the communication and everybody being on the same team is very important for them to feel comfortable. And actually help the situation by giving me their points of view and what I may not have thought of to bring up those concerns as well. So the communication and the team effort is very important.
Yeah, I think in that I've kind of seen from the younger generation of seeing through for the parents' intent, right? When they're unable to make those decisions on their own, making sure that not only the family agrees, but if they were still able to make those decisions, they would agree as well. That's a tough gig. So, from our perspective, hey, what systems can we build out to make that a little bit easier, right? We can't solve all the problems, but if the access to information or documentation over the years from the beginning of retirement to kind of help on the tail end certainly has been a big addition and heavy lift for our team.
And keeping the kids, if the parents wish, to keep them updated on where we're at and where we're going and why we're going there, and those kind of things is important. So that way everybody does stay on the same page.
Well, I think it makes me think of the evolution of technology, too. Of course, we're doing a podcast now with video, and Wendy is not in the studio, but we can access her through cameras and technology. A lot of times kids now live throughout the U.S. They can join into a meeting with our client if they're concerned about mom or dad. They can join in on the conversation digitally as well.
Sure, and I think for most Americans since COVID, it's kind of pushed us all in this realm where we're all communicating maybe a little better by using podcasts and different types of technology to communicate and keep on the same page.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting old now at times, Dad. We started to hire the next generation into the practice, and at times I feel like an old man that doesn't know how to use a computer. So Eric teases me now, like, oh, you're really becoming your dad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you are getting older, Josh.
I am, yeah. There is some gray here.
Yeah.
I tried to cut it all out, Wendy, but it didn't fully work.
Dude, I love the haircut, though, Josh. I just wanted to put that in there. I'm glad I had the opportunity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will take it. It's been a contested haircut in the household, but it's hair. So the good news is it grows back, right?
That's right.
Right, yes. And the next generation, that's what we were talking about.
Yes. The next generation, we hope to pass down lessons. So, to kind of stick on the bad haircut thread, when my brother and I were kids, if we misbehaved, we didn't even get to go to the barber shop. Dad would cut your hair down in the garage. And they were never good haircuts,
No. I knew how to do it one way. Cut it off.
We have tons of pictures where my mom always cut our bangs, but they were always horizontal. They always went for a big crooked line of our bangs.
The bowl cut. Yeah.
whatever
That's
you need.
That's the way it was done.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But, it's funny being able to kind of reflect back on those. I think my dad has been at our house since the end of last week, spending about 5 days with us and our kids. And I know they certainly enjoy that time with family, and having that is a goal for many of our clients. But I know my dad gets some secret joy, when our boys are a little rowdy and, maybe something gets broken at the house, or he's like, yeah, I remember when you did that to me.
How's it feel, Josh?
Yeah.
I was scolding the kids for slamming a door, and he's like, do you remember what your bedroom door looked like by the time you were like...
Yeah, it's funny. They always ask me, Dad, can I remodel my room? I said, yeah, once you leave.
And we did, actually, when I came back from college one summer or something, and we did work on my bedroom at one point and cleaned it up some. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that happens.
Got that through. And then, that also became a multi-generational lesson too. I think through some home improvements, you had taught me how to, lay a floor, or, whether it's wall repair, which was needed in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Young teenage boys just break things.
Okay.
Can't fully reflect as to why, but I know that it's coming.
All right.
Yeah, but what's nice about this time of life for me is when I was young, like Josh's age, you work like crazy.
Yeah.
And you just want to be able to provide for the family and give them what they need. And that means a lot of hours. But now I have those hours to spend with my grandkids. And, I can appreciate what my parents went through with us, having the boys, spending time with them, and it's really a bonus to have the time to be able to spend with them now. So
It's the dream. That's what we're all working toward, right?
Right.
Yep. To have that flexibility, spend your own time, right? Many times as we're working, we trade time for money, right? Especially if you're in an hourly position, it's a pretty straight transaction there, but that's it. We need to sort of accumulate, learn those lessons over time, and we hope that later on we're able to do what we intend to do.
Yeah, because you think about it, you get to do what you want when you're young, because you do have the time, and then you become responsible and go out in the workforce and raise a family, and now's the time I get to spend the quality time back with the family. So
it's sort of funny we arrived here, Dad, because as we kind of went through and we've been structuring a lot of our internal systems, we kind of came up with our mission as a company is to give clients the confidence to do what they intend with their time, money, and family, which is kind of where we're landing at the end of this 100th podcast.
That's right.
And it's pretty amazing to see what started, as a need in your case, not only for career change, to support the family, also to support your mom, supporting the family and building that up and seeing it through. It's amazing. It's a real blessing in life to be able to carry that on and help serve more families here. So
that's right.
Thanks for the opportunity, Dad. And thanks, Wendy, for joining us here on this 100th episode. It's been great chatting with you about everything, Dad. And, if you're listening to this podcast thinking, hey, I'm not really sure what my next steps are in retirement, click into the show notes, schedule a 15-minute call with us. We'd be happy to help you start building out your retirement plan so you can retire with intent and live with intent in retirement. Until next time, everyone, thank you for joining us. Remember to retire with intent so you can live your golden years with the happiness and excitement you deserve.